Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Taryn and I am with GT Nutrition Performance. So today I want to talk about 30-day weight loss challenges and why you should not do them and why they're really not good for you. So let's go ahead and let's just jump right in because I have a lot of points to cover and I don't want this video to linger out long. So here we go. So the first thing that I found with these 30-day weight loss challenges is obviously you follow like a meal plan type of deal. And with this meal plan, it's promoting restrictive eating. So you can only eat the things that's on this meal plan. Restrictive eating is basically where you're cutting out certain food groups. For example, the most popular ones happen to be dairy, fats, healthy fats, grains, breads, and you're also limited on your carbohydrate intake. So that's what restrictive eating is. And with doing this and following that type of thing, what that's creating is it's creating people putting labels on foods. Now, these labels are good foods and bad foods. So let me just break this down to you. There is no such thing as a good food or a bad food. Food is fuel regardless of the source. Food is energy regardless of the source. So there is no such thing as a good food or a bad food because it's all fuel. Now, there is a such thing as nutritionally dense foods and non-nutritionally dense foods. So with that, with the non-nutritionally dense foods, don't put a label on these poor foods and create, oh, that's the bad food list. Because it's not bad. Because nutritionally and non-nutritionally dense foods are still energy again. So there's a time and place for both of these foods. Now the next thing, yo-yo dieting. This is something that it promotes and it's horrible because you'll get on this 30-day weight loss challenge, you'll lose weight, then once you get off, you want food that you could not have on that weight loss plan. Because let's be honest with ourselves, we're humans. So when you take something away and say, no, you cannot have that, you want that more than ever. So once you get off that weight loss 30-day challenge thing, you're going straight to that. And you may just think, hey, you know what? I'm just going to have one cookie and that's it. That's not going to hurt me. So you go ahead, you have that one cookie, but then that one cookie turns into another cookie, turns into another cookie, turns into another cookie. And it just keeps going and going and going and going. And now you're binge eating. So with the binge eating comes weight gain. And when you gain weight, you're not only gaining the weight that you lost, but you're also gaining more weight on top of the weight that you lost. And then once you come and you realize, oh my God, I just gained X amount of pounds. How is this possible? Then emotional distress sets in. And then you just feel absolutely horrible about yourself. And then you go through that phase where you're like, you know what? Monday, I am getting back on that meal plan. And so you try it. And when you're on it, you're not really successful with it. Like you're not successful with sticking to it because you ate foods that you couldn't have. And then now you're back to this restrictive meal plan. And you know, with being on that restrictive meal plan, you cannot eat those things that you enjoyed while you were binging. So that's kind of like a yo-yo dieting thing. And then once you try that plan for the second time around, you will fall off the deep end. Then that whole cycle starts up again. And it gets you nowhere. It gets you literally nowhere, and it's a good way to pack on weight, unfortunately. Now, the next thing is, I kind of already talked about it, but with the meal plans. The meal plans are very, very unrealistic. Who can stick to something where you're eating very small carbohydrates? You're eating like a robot. You're basically eating lean protein sources and veggies. and that's it. Or, well, and you're incorporating their shake that they want you to buy. It's really not ideal or realistic. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at an example of a meal plan that you would get on these 30-day weight loss challenges. And let's go ahead and break down the macronutrients and then the calories. And let's just see how this plays out.
All right, so this is an example of a meal plan that these 30-day challenges provide. So I have each meal listed, and then I have the calories and macronutrients listed below per each meal, and then also at the bottom we have the total macronutrients, which is added up throughout the whole day of eating. So meal 1, we have a half a cup of plain oatmeal, 6 egg whites, 1 teaspoon coconut oil. Meal 2, we have 1 scoop of their protein shake, which I didn't put the brand because this is their specific brand that they want you to buy. Meal 3, we have 4-ounce grilled chicken breast, 1 small sweet potato, 1 cup green beans. Meal 4, we have 4-ounce grilled chicken breast, 1 cup green beans. And lastly, meal 5, we have 5 ounces of tilapia, 2 cups of spinach, and 1 tablespoon of dressing. The total calories and macronutrient for the day are 131.9 calories. Protein is 124.2 grams. Carbs is 94.4 grams. And fats are 18.3 grams.
All right, and we're back. So now that we looked at the meal plan and we broke down the macronutrients, thoughts. So the first thought that comes to my mind is, wow, who can stick to that? It's just mind-blowing seeing that, and then the unrealistic expectations that people have that they think they're going to stick to this. So my other thoughts that came to mind when I was looking at this, I have 4 thoughts. Number 1 is hangry, where you're hungry and you're angry at the same time, because I damn sure would be on that. Next one is starvation. Next one is yuck. And then last thought is I could probably eat double the calories that's on that meal plan and still lose weight while enjoying foods that I like to eat. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. It's just a very extreme way to lose weight with doing those 30-day weight loss challenges, and it's really not necessary. So now the next question that people are probably wondering is, well, will I lose weight on these meal plans? Yeah, absolutely. You will lose weight rapidly. But that may sound like rainbows and butterflies and, oh yes, the grass is greener on the other side. It's not. So you will lose weight. You will lose weight fast. Because, look at how low the calories are. And look at how low of carbohydrates that was. Like, that's ridiculous and not enjoyable. So you will lose weight. But again, like I mentioned earlier, you go through that cycle. Once you get off this meal plan, once you go back to eating normal again, you're going to binge eat. You're going to gain weight. You're going to gain more weight on top of the weight that you already lost. And then emotional distress sets in. And then, oh, come Monday, I'm getting back on that diet. And it's just unsuccessful. You're unsuccessful with sticking to it. So then you're basically stuck in this vicious cycle of trying to lose weight. You don't know what to do. So you stick to a plan because you don't know what else to do or what else is out there or what else is right. So after that, another thought with these type of meal plans and these type of challenges is that these plans are not personalized to you or your needs. Why would you want to follow a plan that you and who knows how many other people are following? To me, That is absolutely ridiculous. When I go for a plan, I want something that's personalized to me, not to Tom, Dick, and Joe, but to me. Because I have certain needs that other people don't have, or I have different needs that other people don't have. Now, an example of this, for me, I love carbohydrates over fats. So I would want a plan where I have more carbohydrates in my diet. I'm getting more calories from carbohydrates than my fats because that's just what I like. And there's people out there who are opposite. They like more fats over their carbohydrates, and that's completely fine. But that is the beauty of having a personalized plan because it's something that you enjoy doing. Sticking to a meal plan like that, made up by God knows who, or whatever their credentials are, is unrealistic in itself. You need something personalized to you. You need something that you're going to enjoy. You need something to help you learn as you go. That's very important. Which brings me to my next point, is that following these type of meal plans and following these 30-day weight loss challenges, there's absolutely no empowerment in that. No empowerment to where you're learning. What are you learning? You're not learning the proper way to lose weight. All you're learning to do is how to restrictive eat, how to stick to a plan that says, oh, well here, it's all laid out, just eat meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How is that empowering? That's not empowering, that's not learning. You're not really learning the proper way to lose weight. You're not really learning about foods. You're learning to put labels on foods. And in my opinion, you're learning to make your life very miserable. And you're also learning that you are never, ever going to achieve a goal of weight loss and keeping it off because it's not happening. Let's just be honest here. Next point is that there is no long-term success, which I already kind of touched on. So when following these things, what is the long-term success? There really is none because people who follow these plans fall into that vicious cycle that I talked about earlier with, you fall off the plan, you binge eat, then once you binge eat, you put on some weight, and then you put on some more weight on top of the weight that you already lost. Then you're feeling emotionally distressed, and then, oh, Monday I'm getting back on the plan. That cycle. So by doing that, long term, you will fail. I guarantee that. You will fail. It's just so funny because people probably think, or people who may be going through these 30-day challenges, probably think, oh, well, no, I'm going to stick to this and lose weight, and then I'm going to keep it off, and yada, yada, yada. Well, let me give you a secret. I can see into the future, and I know damn well you will fail. You will fail. That sounds so negative to say, but I'm not saying this to be mean or to criticize. I'm giving you the God honest truth. You will fail. So, if you really don't believe the words that are coming out of my mouth about these 30-day challenges, go ahead. Stick to your 30-day challenges. Better yet, make that 30-day challenge a 60-day challenge. And then after that, see how things are coming along for you because it's not going to be good. Because, yeah, you lose weight, but mentally, you're just so miserable. I mean, you're miserable because, oh, you can't have mayonnaise, or, oh, you can't have this, you can't have that. Man, to hell with that. That's all I have to say. So, whether you believe me or not, give it some time. Because you know what? It will come back around to bite you in the ass. Guarantee it. Now, the next thing. This is the biggest thing that turns me off and just really pisses me off about these type of challenges. These challenges are basically pyramid schemes. What I mean by that is that you find this 30-day challenge and you're like, oh yes, I'm going to lose weight and it's going to feel great, and you have this vision in your head of what you're going to look like. And then when you're looking over your plan, it says, hey, you need to buy this protein powder. So you're like, okay, cool. I'm going to buy this protein powder because it's on my plan. You buy it. You start doing it. And then you find out, hey, buy into the company. Because you know what? You buy into the company, you get people under you. Then when you get people under you and they do these challenges too, oh my gosh, you're all going to lose weight. They're going to buy the product. You're going to make a lot of money. That's just how it goes. And while all of this is going on, you have the man at the top. The man at the top of this pyramid does not give a shit about your goals, does not give a shit about your weight loss, does not give a shit about your health. The only thing this guy gives a shit about is putting another million in his pocket for the year. Why would you want to do that? For me, I'm sorry, but I am keeping my money. I am not throwing my money to some guy at the top who's making millions. Like, to hell with that. So if you're into that kind of thing, that's on you. Next, the biggest point of it all, of this whole 30-day challenge, is that it is not sustainable. You absolutely cannot stick to that. The meal plans, as we've seen, are so absurd. They're so ridiculous. Who could eat that? Who could eat that day in and day out? It's not sustainable at all. So you need a plan that is sustainable to you, that is enjoyable, that you're going to like doing, something that you could turn into a lifestyle and learn as you go. That is sustainable. These 30-day weight loss challenges, they are not sustainable at all. So now that we went over all of those points about why you should stay away from 30-day weight loss challenges, let's talk about something that is sustainable. So a very sustainable diet, and it's something that I personally and my clients have all been very successful with and sticking to this and making it a lifestyle change and making it work towards our goals, is flexible dieting. Now, some of you guys may have heard of it, some of you may not have heard of it. So with flexible dieting, basically how it is, it's everything a 30-day weight loss challenge isn't. So what I mean by that is that there is no foods that are restricted, none whatsoever. It's all a choice that you make. Flexible dieting is all about a choice, your day-to-day choices on what foods you eat and things like that. Now, for those who have heard of flexible dieting and may have got the wrong idea about what flexible dieting is, you don't sit around and eat junk all day. You do need nutritionally dense foods. However, you can make room for non-nutritionally dense foods. For example, you ate nutritionally dense foods, for most of the day, and you're like, hey, you know what? I want to have some ice cream. Well, you can do that because you can fit that in. That's the beauty of flexible dieting. It's flexible. And not only that, you're not really a prisoner to your diet. So if you're following these meal plans, you can't go out and enjoy life. You can't go out to dinner with your friends or family. You can't go to a movie and sit down and enjoy popcorn or whatever they have there that you want. You can't do that because you have to stick to your meal plan. With flexible dieting, you just kind of take it as it comes. You take life as it goes. You want to go out to eat? Go right ahead. You want to go ahead and go to the movies and have a small popcorn? That's perfectly fine. So with flexible dieting, it is macronutrient based. So you're given macronutrients. So you're giving the amount of protein, carbohydrates, and fats that you need for the day. And there's tools and things out there that help you keep track of your food to help you hit your numbers. And what I always tell my clients is that you need to make sure that you include this many fruits and veggies throughout the day, and you need to make sure that you are hitting X amount of grams of fiber per day. That way, it ensures that they are getting in nutritionally dense foods instead of just sitting around eating non-nutritionally dense foods. So it's sustainable. You can eat foods that you enjoy, and you can make it a lifestyle, and you can make it what you want. And it's all about the choices. So that's the beauty of it. So when you're considering losing weight, when you take that leap and you're like, you know what, I'm ready to lose weight, I'm ready to do this, consider something that is going to help you not only lose weight, but help you keep it off and help you maintain it. Because that's what's important, and that's how you're successful at it. So that's all I have. I'm not going to beat a dead horse by saying 30-day challenges are bad, stay away. We already covered that. But I hope you guys got something out of this, and hopefully you guys learned a thing or two about these 30-day weight loss challenges, especially if you're currently doing one or maybe considering one, because the holidays are rolling around, and as we know, the first of the year, everybody and their mama wants to lose weight. So think about these things when that time comes around. So, like I said, that's all I have. That's the end of my informative video. But if you guys want to get in contact with me, if you need more information about flexible dieting, or if you need help with macronutrients, or if you just want to talk about your experience that you had with a 30-day weight loss challenge, you can email me at nutrition.coachestg@gmail.com, or you can also check out my website where you can also get in contact with me. And that site is www.gtnutritionperformance.com. So check those things out, and then if you have anything you want to talk about, discuss, whatever, feel free to get in contact with me. And then please give me feedback on this video. If you like it, you hate it, whatever, all feedback is great. So, alright guys, I hope you guys enjoy, and until next time,